Happy New Year! Hi, this is me, Bonnie. In today's video, I'm going to share the beginning of the transformation of Paulo following my Eat Not Die Peak Body Accelerator course, some of my New Year workout goals, and step one of the behind the scenes for one of my New Year goals, launching my own fitness apparel brand, Ladylike Macho. First, I'm going to introduce Paulo, who's really motivated to change for a healthier lifestyle and body. He's going through my Eat Not Die Peak Body Accelerator course, which is a self-led, step-by-step course where I teach you everything you need to know to eat to change for your body composition. It's kind of like there's a saying where you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. So that's kind of how it's like. It's really up to Paulo to take advantage and take control. However, he's also getting weekly check-in coaching calls, which I will be sharing on YouTube.
All right, so week one is mapping your transformation. It talks about your starting point, the fundamentals of losing fat, losing weight, what's realistic, because a lot of people don't know how much weight they can actually lose. So it kind of just goes over how do you start and what can you expect for your transformation journey. So mapping everything out in the beginning. You want to disclose your age?
I'm like 52.
Okay, so 52, you're 5'9", and you're 220 pounds. So how long have you been trying to lose weight and lose fat for?
A long time. I don't know if it's ADHD. When my mind is into something, it's 100% into it. So I get distracted of my main goal. People give me a problem and then I try to figure it out. And then when I try to figure it out, sometimes I get stressed. So then I eat because of those situations. Like I can't solve. I just stress eat.
So you think one of your biggest issues is stress eating? Like that's one of your biggest stimuluses to overeating?
That's one of the problems. Because of my business, it's always, they take us out to eat. It's always like, not healthy. Because I was like, shit, I never been to this restaurant before. I might as well try it. Since it's like free. It's like business movie. I love buffet. I think like for the value, buffet is like the best. There's no control. And also like most of the time when we deal with the girls, they have to watch their weight and stuff like that. But they want to try it too. But then like they say, I don't want to waste this. Here. I was like, what the hell? So I gotta finish.
Like, who are these girls that you're talking about?
Pageant girls, models, or just regular friends. And they always have to so-called watch their weight.
What have you tried in the past to lose weight?
Oh, intermittent fasting seems to work, but I don't think it's only the intermittent fasting. It's the food intake that I eat. I need to watch what I eat. Maybe I need to take one of those tests to see like inflammation. Because I know like some food can cause inflammation and stuff like that. It's nowadays, like when I'm growing up, I need to be more professional. Because they say I can't keep on dressing up like a kid. I need to stick my shirt inside my pants and like.
So you want to look more professional?
Yes.
Okay. What's the main reason why you want to change other than looking more professional for you?
Well, it's also health-wise because I see it as I get older, a lot more of my friends and family or people that I hear, they get sick easier when they get older and like it takes longer to heal. I seen what happened in the hospital and with this COVID thing, a lot of people have a lot of other issues like high blood pressure, cholesterol and stuff like that. So the next time I want to go to the hospital, I don't want the doctor to say, oh, you have high blood pressure, you have high cholesterol. Yeah. So we need to take care of ourselves now. Because in reality, I think a lot of people passed away in the hospitals because they have multiple issues. And then if they have one issue that they're in for, but they didn't know that they also have high blood pressure or high cholesterol or something else going on in their body, it's the doctor can't really treat everything all at once. They try to treat one problem, but if you treat one problem, it could cause another issue with your other issues. So it's thinking like that right now. Okay. Also, as I age.
Yep. So overall, it's your health concerns as you age, also for your job, and you also mentioned you're going to have to be on social media more now.
Yep. Need to be on social media more. Need to dress like professional.
Do you have any idea how much you actually eat right now?
I try to be more healthier, like no more canned stuff. I used to love Spam, instant ramen noodles because it was quick and fast. But nowadays, it's like, I need to eat more non-processed food,
Yep.
more natural
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But then like still, it's hard because like time and traveling.
So do you generally eat out or do you sometimes cook at home?
If I work at home, I cook more vegetables and like try to cut down on carbs and see what happens because like I don't know what will work for me because like I'm trying each thing and to see what really works. Some people could eat rice.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Okay,
we're Asian.
All right, so let me share some thoughts here. So first off, you are right. Like eating better foods will help you transform, but it is more about like how much you're eating overall, right? So even if you're eating tons of healthy food, but you're eating too much healthy food, you're still not going to see results because you're just eating too much in general. Now with the carb, everybody has a different body type. So as you go through the course, you're going to see what kind of body type you are. And some body types are able to eat more carbs and some are not. But you can also change your body type by the way you eat because our bodies adapt to everything we do to it. So you'll see you can kind of choose your own type of eating plan that makes sense for you. So you can choose, whether you want to eat more carbs, less carbs, also depends on how much carbs you ate before. So all of that is covered. So it's not carbs that make you fat. You'll see a video in there that says that like carbs are not evil. I remember one of the biggest things that I remembered when I was in competition prep, I ate like 300 grams of carbs. And for me, that was a lot. And I was like, this is crazy. This is like so many carbs. And then next thing you know, I did my weekly check-in and I made progress. I was like, oh my gosh, note to self, I can eat carbs. So it's not carbs that make you fat. All right. It's the overall amount of foods and then the type of foods. First, you're going to assess what you're currently eating. So there's different ways to assess how many calories you should eat. The best way is to actually track and see, well, how much am I eating right now? And then you'll see formulas on how to eat a little less than what you're eating. The other way is just basic, simple calculations. So you could look at, well, I'm just going to multiply by a certain number, my weight times a certain number. Or you look at how much activity you have throughout the week. Like I work out 0 times a week. Okay, well, based on that, then I multiply by. So do you eat that much right now? 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories?
I don't think so. I cut down on like snacking as much as I used to.
You should do this anyway. You take a typical day of what you eat just to see how much you actually eat. Because a lot of people don't think they eat that much, but once they actually calculate, they're like, oh crap, I didn't realize I actually eat so much more than I thought. Right? So you should just know that number for the back of your head. And then you can use the calculation. You never want to start with really, really, really low calories because what happens is as you eat lower and lower calories, your metabolism slows down. So then it adapts to it. And now next thing you know, your body thinks you only need 1,000 calories, right? And then you get stuck and you hit a plateau and you mess up your metabolism. And now you have to eat even less than that to lose weight or, you're just totally screwed. So you always want to eat as much as you can while you're still seeing results, because once you stop seeing results, you're going to hit a plateau. Then you could, so that's the first thing you have to look at, like, where are you starting right now? And then figure out your starting calories. Number 2, the most important macronutrient, if you look at protein, carbs, and fat, is protein. So every time you're on a fat loss plan, protein is the most important for losing fat. For building muscle, it's calculations on advanced ways to do protein, etc. But the simple one, let's just start with simple. 1 gram of protein per body weight, which means you have to aim for 220 grams of protein. I have a lot of clients who just can't eat that much. So the goal is, even if you can't eat 220 grams of protein in the beginning, at least eat more than you have already been eating, right? And try to eat closer to your goal. And eventually some people actually get used to it and then they have no problem eating tons of protein. And you don't have to eat tons of protein forever. It's just during this transformation process. And then when you're in maintenance mode, you don't need to eat as much. It's likely that you're going to have to supplement it with some protein shakes because otherwise it's just impossible. Or you're going to have to eat a lot of egg whites, right? And you'll see a cheat sheet in there that shows all the common foods, the recommended foods to focus on if you want to get the fastest results. Or 1 scoop of protein shake is 25 grams, right? So you kind of map that out to see, like, you can say, like, okay, these are all the foods that I eat. I need to eat 220. What can make up 220? And that's all based on preference. It doesn't matter. Someone can be like, I don't really care for carbs. I like fats more. Then they have more fats, or they want more carbs, right? So now if we look at how many calories is left, right? Let's say you choose that, it means you have 104 grams of fat. And you'll
That's
see
a lot, isn't it?
you'll see a tracking sheet there. It doesn't matter. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's the carbs or the fat. So if you chose, but that's just it's just a model for you to work off of, right? So that way it's more flexible. So you don't have to make sure every day you're eating the right amount, right? I've had people who had the same amount of calories. They didn't change their amount of calories at all. They just changed the ratios of what they were eating and they transform. When you're eating out, so I did a video on this. If you should take a look at it, it's actually the Zuma video, the 5 holiday eating tips. If you're going out to eat, one of the easiest, I should talk about 5 different ways you can strategies before you're going out or feasting. And then when you're eating, you can also look at macros. So once you do this, you don't need to always be counting calories and macros. It's just a tool that helps people for the long term. So a lot of people, once they start tracking things and measuring things, you don't have to go that extreme. People will be like, well, now I know this chicken breast is 35 grams. Now I know I normally eat this, because a lot of people eat the same stuff all the time. I just have to eat a little less than this, right? Because then later on you kind of learn putting in the work now so that later on you could just guesstimate things or no, this is around this much. If I'm on an eating plan, I'll have one template eating plan. I'll post it on my refrigerator with my Excel sheet. Okay, this is my standard plan, right? I have this many calories, this many protein, carbs, and fats, and I'll have the example foods that make it up. But then maybe during this day, I'm like, okay, well, instead of this beef that is 46 grams of protein, I'm gonna eat this chicken, and and so you can have a cheat sheet here of these are the foods I typically eat, and these are the amounts of so you can kind of swap out the foods. Or you can be super strict, right? It depends on how you are, and just follow, print it out, and be like, every day I'm eating this, right? So there is a little bit of tracking involved. That's how people get the best results, if you actually track and see what you're doing. Actually, even me, I literally eat dessert almost every day. But it's not that every single food I eat is a piece of dessert.
I'm just surprised you say you eat a lot of desserts, because I thought sugar was one thing that really screws up our body and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want to be healthy,
empty calories.
Oh yeah, if you want to be healthy, right, and you want to have the absolute best results, then yes, you don't want to eat sugar, right? And a lot of times if we cook, we use xylitol. You'll see different sugar substitutes. So xylitol doesn't raise your blood sugar. It's actually the healthiest alternative. Here's the thing with the sugar, whenever you restrict a food, if you say, oh, no sugar for 30 days, it's very restrictive. So it's very short term, right? You got to find something that is sustainable for long term. So anything that omits a food group, no carbs, no sugar, no this, no that, no desserts, no sweets, okay, it'll work for the short term, but guess what? After that, you can't stay like that forever, right? So it's better to just start small and make small changes that are easy, and then they feel like they become naturally easier. You don't have to go to the extreme to get results, just better than what you were doing. But if you do a little better, then you'll get faster results. So it's about learning those healthier habits that become more natural and easier for you to do, so that it does become more of a lifestyle. Yeah, so it's not like suffering, it's more like eating smarter. But it is going to be, of course, a little work, because it's different than what you've been doing, right? You can't just eat everything.
When we travel, that's even harder. I hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
They don't care about their...
So that's why you can control what you're ordering or how much you put in your mouth.
It's food for thought.
Some things I didn't address in this video is stress eating, which is also covered in a way in my program. So I teach you training based on psychology of how to reverse bad habits, such as stress eating, emotional eating, binge eating. And intermittent fasting is also covered. I've actually been doing IF since 2011, but it is not mandatory, it's optional. It's just a tool that you can include in your lifestyle if it makes sense for you. If you have any questions for Paulo or me, put them in the comments below. I hope you'll follow along and encourage and support Paulo on his journey and learn some things along the way. If you want to learn more about how to change your body composition through flexible eating and custom nutrition, check out eatnotdiet.com/peakbody. As for me, I'm starting a mini cut for 1 month to get in shape for my Ladylike Macho Apparel photos. And then I'm going to go on a strength building, muscle building phase, because I hope to get pregnant, and during pregnancy you lose a lot of muscle and strength, so why not build some more at a time? Here's my day 1 eats, approximately 2,500 calories, which is awesome to start for a cut, because I've definitely been eating 3,000 plus calories. I'm focusing on high protein based on my body composition, and carbs will vary based on what my workout is for that day. Another New Year goal is I just want to be really strong. I mean, even though I've gone 95% of my strength back due to pregnancy and downsizing the bikini, I miss what I used to be able to lift. So I'm going to be including more strength sets and doing reverse pyramid training. Pretty much doing really heavy weight and then dropping the weight and doing more reps. What are your goals for the new year? Get shredded, lose fat, lose weight, get stronger? Comment below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask those too. Now here's step 1 to behind the scenes of launching my fitness apparel brand, Ladylike Macho. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Ladylike Macho. How many of you have a product idea that you want to turn into reality? Comment below if you do. So follow along my journey, be part of it, help me create the final product. So step 1 is to have an idea and some examples. There was a gym that I went to that always had this girl wear these sexy Brazilian jumpsuits practically every single workout. I think they're hot, and yes, I was always peeking over to see what she was wearing. And I'm definitely one of those gym here, don't care girls, but why not look good while you're working out? I looked online and I couldn't really find the styles I liked, and the basic versions that I did buy, the quality wasn't so great. And I love the look of mesh combined with solids. I think it's really sexy, so I want to incorporate that, and I believe every woman, no matter what shape you're in, should be able to wear a sexy bodysuit at the gym. Classy sexy. So I'm thinking about incorporating a shaping corset that flattens the tummy and gives that nice hourglass illusion, because when you look good, you feel good. What do you think? I found an example of a mesh fitness bodysuit and a shaping corset bathing suit that I think could look better and combine somehow. So that's step 1. Have an idea and find examples of things you like and don't like and products that already exist out there and ideas to make it better. Stay tuned for the examples I found. I would love to hear your thoughts, and also stay tuned for step 2. Please do me a favor and like this post or comment below if you want to see the behind the scenes of me launching this brand step by step in 2023. Or just say hello, let me know if you're interested in fitness, fashion, or even being an entrepreneur, just so I know I'm not talking to myself here. Grab the bar. Yes, yes. Come on, let's go. Up. Up. All right, let's go. Let's do some pull-ups. So strong. Look at that. Look at that effort.
She did that on her own.
Oh, she is? She's doing on her own. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you're doing pull-ups. Wow.
Good girl. Good girl.
Go ahead, Ariana. Go ahead. Do some more. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, stay tuned, and thanks for watching.